Marie, you can't mute yourself. We can't hear it.
We couldn't hear it. We couldn't hear it.
Look, I don't like to be a professional, okay?
I'm
anyway,
like, am I the only one?
Anyway, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna put the link in the
You can mute us.
Yeah, just don't mute yourself.
Okay, I'll do it one more time.
Honey, it ain't working. The video's not up or anything. No sound.
Okay, I give up. Sorry, I'll post the video in the chat. Hang on.
Where's Sterling go? We lost him.
I think he was just doing something. I think he dropped himself. He just slid something. I saw with his finger, but
okay. Sorry. Look, I tried to be all sophisticated. I had the damn video up.
Yeah, everything. It was one of his. It was one of his songs.
Well,
I wanted to hear it.
That was
everybody.
Sterling, where'd you go?
Yeah, there he goes.
Sorry. Look, I'm not professional. I had it all set up too. I was all excited, but I did put it in the chat, and it is in the tags of this video. So
it's all good.
Welcome, TrapKing, to Family Ties. Thank you so much for coming.
Welcome.
Thank you, Jules.
Thank you, picture up and the ladies went crazy. They literally did. They went crazy when we put your picture up.
I know. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. TrapKing.
So my name, I go by TrapKing, Sterling TrapKing Davis, named after my nonprofit TrapKing Humane Cat Solutions. We focus on TNR, which is trap, neuter, return. So this is the humane alternative for death and euthanasia for stray and feral cat populations. It's the process where I go out with humane traps. I catch the cats. I take them to low-cost spay-neuter clinics to get them spayed, neutered, vaccinated, and then I return them back to their colony, and this prevents overpopulation and spreading disease.
That's awesome. That is awesome. How did you get involved in that? Like, what led you to do that? Because you were a rapper, right?
Right. And I always loved cats before. Like, cats been my thing. Like, I love cats, but I didn't even know. I never heard about TNR and cat rescue about 14 years ago. So I was doing rap and just trying to find something to do in between tours, like something with like real little responsibility so I could just party and get back on my tour a little bit. I didn't want to do a whole lot of stuff. So I saw an ad in Craigslist. It was like, come scoop some litter, help out with cats. And I had a cat at the time. I love cats. So I'm like, cool, that's easy. That's real easy. I just do that before I go back on tour. And when I went and applied for the job, I did the interview. I didn't know that it was so crazy for Black people or men to be in the cat rescue. So I was like, they wanted me to stay. They hired me, even though I did kind of horrible in the interview because I was just petting cats the whole time. But they asked me to stay, and I was like, all right, but I'm still going back on tour after this. But while I was there, I'm like, man, it really is bad. Like, it was a lot of stereotypes as far as men with cats and then Black people with cats, Black men with cats. It was so over the top. With me being a cat lover, I didn't know it was that serious. You don't know. I did know I was the weird guy in my little crew of friends, but I didn't know all over the world it was just taboo for a Black man to have a cat or like cats or do cat rescue. So
I read that you actually said that you didn't know why they hired you, and that you said, but they hired me anyway for one big reason: they weren't used to seeing a Black man like me loving cats. I just thought that was crazy, and that was like what, in 2012, right?
Yeah, that was like, I think it was around 2012, and I I literally did horrible on the interview. I don't know. They hired me simply because of that. Like they even said, "Hey, you wasn't even answering some of the questions." Like because there was cats. There was so many cats in the room, and I'm just picking them up. It's one on my shoulder. I thought it was a trick. I thought
Right.
they wanted me to play with the cats or something. I'm like, they must want me to ignore them because they put the cats in the room. So I'm thinking I'm doing good, but no, I did bad. But they was like, I can't believe, they was real surprised that a black man was in the cats like that. And I'm thinking, I got a cat at home named Rick James. Like, what y'all talking about?
Oh, I love it.
I love cats.
That's awesome. So what area do you focus in one area, or do you go like nationwide, or?
Well, I started in Atlanta, of course. That's where I graduated high school from. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan, but
Detroit.
Oh, I
yeah.
forgot. That's where Marie's from.
Yeah.
I just went to
Great
visit her on
Marie.
New Year's Eve in Detroit.
Okay.
It was pretty neat out there.
Yeah, that's the home city. That's the birthplace. So, but I moved to Atlanta. I started TrapKing in Atlanta, but since I got started, it's like everywhere. I see so many areas where it's needed. Like I've witnessed a whole lot of situations where a woman, of course, who usually do TNR are women,
Mhm. Yes.
and she'll go to a predominantly black neighborhood and she's getting harassed. She's getting ran out of there. They think she's the reason that the cat overpopulation is happening. So they
Right.
run her out of there. So I started traveling and going a lot of different places to help with that. So you could,
That's awesome.
you gotta, hey, she not no crazy cat lady. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She's a trap queen. She's doing her thing. You should help her out. So I'm traveling a lot trying to spread the word now.
Yeah.
Now,
So
they said that, oh, sorry.
I heard that you were recently featured. Actually, I got the link that you were on Drew Barrymore's show, featured on her show.
Hey, that was crazy. That was crazy.
It's awesome.
That was I'm sitting there thinking the whole time like I've watched like all of Drew Barrymore movies. And one thing they didn't show that wasn't in the whole clip, I guess they edit stuff out, but I was trying to make a joke reference to riding in cars with boys. Like, these cats out here riding around in cars with boys
Right.
coming and making kittens. So I got to sterilize them. So I was trying to make a joke on that, but I don't know how it played out, but I guess they just didn't go with that. But I love Drew Barrymore, and it was the dopest thing in the world was to be able to have TNR talked about on that platform. Like that's a big deal. This is something that, like I said, I didn't know nothing about it. Most of the people I knew thought it was a drug or a dance. If I told my homeboys like TNR, they like, that's the new drug. Like they didn't know. So I to have that, for Drew Barrymore and them to reach out to me and allow me to discuss TNR and community cat care on their platform, that was amazing. That was crazy.
I know Drew's like advocate for all, like for human rights, for animal rights, for she seems like just an amazing person. So how blessed you are to have been on there. Did you actually get to meet her?
Well, not in person, of course, but we talked like 2 times before we even filmed and recorded that.
Oh,
And
really?
they let me in like the studio. It was so fun because like the Zoom, I could see what's going on during the recording and everything, and I got to see her like really interact with people, and it was funny. Like she really, like her whole cast was just fun. Like they looked like they were having fun the whole time. It was not serious.
That's awesome. That's how we are here, as you can tell.
Yeah, we're like
right. That's
now they said that when you started in 2017, you actually had to use pretty much all of your own money, like that you made from rapping and everything to, get these cats spayed or neutered. So now, do you have some sort of like, I'm sure you have like some sort of fundraising, or how do you do it now? Or do the animal hospitals support you, or how does it work?
Well, it's a lot of different ways. Like when I first started, I knew I couldn't do rent and cat surgeries at the same time. So I just lived out of my vehicle. I knew that way I could sell merch, and the money that I got from donations I could just use for TNR. So when I first got started, it was kind of tight, but it was good. People were supportive, and like I said, if I'm not paying rent, it worked out. Now, fast forward to today, groups like Atlanta Humane Society, they help me out a lot with my surgeries. I have been able to raise donations. I'm still living out of my vehicle though. I'm still not, but I got a bigger, better vehicle. I did a GoFundMe campaign. a bunch of people supported for me to have an RV. So I went from the trap van to the
Yes.
trap RV. So I'm living out of there now with me and my girls. And I'm
That's
actually
awesome.
here where I am now at a friend's because I'm getting it wrapped. So the next time people see it, it'll have a bunch of cats and paws
Right.
and everybody.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Do you sell those shirts and stuff? I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's your merch
Those
link?
shirts that we're asking the same thing. We must be.
Oh,
Yeah.
I usually go through inktothepeople.com. They help a lot of nonprofits out. So I've been going through Ink to the People for a while. So I'll probably share the link in a little bit too, because I'm about to get another campaign going.
Yeah, I want one of those
TrapKing,
sweatshirts.
Trap
I do
Queen.
too.
Yeah.
So what they
got
do
y'all.
is Ink to the People, they kind of take away the overhead. So this way Sterling doesn't have to he doesn't have to have all of this merch on him. So basically he puts the link on his social media, and you guys can click on it and order it through them, and then they give him a portion of the profits. It cuts out having, because I mean, especially since he's living out of his RV, it's not easy to carry all that merch with you.
Right.
And
Awesome
I'm too
support
busy
group
chasing
here.
tail for all of that.
Yes, make sure you put it up because our group is like extremely supportive. Like you'll probably get 1 million orders by tomorrow. Seriously.
And they also have Trap
Thank
Queen
y'all.
shirts. There's Trap Queen
Oh,
shirts too.
okay.
Yeah.
I had to, when I started TrapKing, it was only right. I had to do Trap Queen because that's who really started this. I get a lot of questions and people like, man, I can't believe you came up with that. I did not come up with TNR. Like women been doing this before I was born. So I had to represent with Trap Queen. You know, I couldn't just, I did TrapKing so I can get more men engaged. And I knew that would grab the attention of different demographics, especially younger people. But Trap Queens held this down. Make no mistake about that.
So can you tell us like the process?
So, like what my day, like the process of me going.
Yeah, like how you go through your day, how you start.
So usually I probably get up and I'm answering emails. I'm responding to emails. A lot of people will email me and say, hey, I got a colony here. I got a colony here. So I'll probably answer emails, get out. I try to do it. It depends on the time. Like I want to talk to people and give it time for them not to feed. So the first thing I want to do before I even start trapping in the colony is explain to people what I'm doing. So if you got a HOA, you got an apartment complex management company, I try to go out and demonstrate to them what it is, what I'm doing, why it's important. So once I get their blessing and everybody's okay and understand what I'm doing, then I can set up to go out and trap. Talk to the feeders, let them know not to feed for 24 to 48 hours. I want them to be hungry and wanting the food in my traps.
Right.
So after we've explained to the apartment complex or the HOAs what we're doing, everybody's educated on it, and then we've located the feeders, let them know not to feed for 24 to 48 hours, then I can get out and trap. And that could be all night, 10, 15 minutes. It just really depends on the colony. But I'll trap the cats, spend a night, camp out at Atlanta Humane Society so I can be right there for intake in the morning. So I got the cats. I'm right there at the Atlanta Humane Society in the morning. I'm bringing them in for surgery. After that, I think surgery is usually done around 3 p.m. I go pick the cats up. I let the males heal with me. They'll stay with me for 24 hours and the females for 48 hours. The female surgery is a little more extensive, so they need to heal longer. Right. So, and after that, I return them back to their colony. So it's kind of like a week process, I guess you could say. If you follow all the steps, it's kind of like a week process because you definitely want to explain what you're doing. Before I would just run out, jump out my van with traps. Like I'm ready to trap without explaining to people, and they'd be like, "Hey, dude, what are you doing? Like, what is this and why?" So you got the explanation, the education part is real important. So
So what was your your worst experience going to trap?
Man, it's been a few of them actually. Like, I mean, worst is it comes in different situations. Like I've had worse with people, humans. Like you'll have two neighbors that's just at each other's throat, and that'll make it horrible. And then you'll have a situation that's bad where because I've been out here setting these traps and all I've caught is possums the whole night. Like like 6, 7 possums, and I'm just feeding the colony of possums.
Right.
I'm not even catching cats, and they know I'm gonna let them out my trap. So that could be a horrible night. So I've had a few. I still think the worst scenario, and this is what made me really jump on it and be like, okay, I gotta do something about this. Like I've had like returning cats in a predominantly black neighborhood. These guys coming behind me and they like, yo, you know, white people put tracking devices and diseases in cats,
Oh my
and they
God.
dump them. They dump them in black neighborhoods to affect the black community. And I was like,
Not this white girl.
bruh, that has nothing to do with anything that's happening here. Like, how did you come up with that conspiracy theory on that one? Why would they do it to cats? Why not
Right.
something more
Yeah, that's
typical of
kinda
black
odd,
people?
right?
Like, why would you? So when I heard that, that was like probably one of the worst situations where I was like, okay, this needs to somebody like me needs to explain this further and change this. That because that stereotype is crazy. I'm like, wow, so you think they're gonna put it in cats? If black people are
Right.
not supposed to like cats, why would they put it in cats? So it was like, okay,
Right.
I have to change that thought process. That was probably the
Right.
worst situation, but yet the best situation because it pushed me further into it.
Right. Now, do you like you're in Atlanta mostly. I know you're traveling now a little bit, but do you have contacts that are like listed for other states? Now, I live in the hood in Delaware, right in the middle of Wilmington, like straight up in the trenches. So
Oh,
yeah, like we got mad stray there's cats everywhere, and I got a big old dog, and he thinks it's just fun to play. It's just a mess. But anyway, people really don't like them. I mean, and like I said, I have the mom, the dad, I think, and then the little baby we just found, but I can't get a hold of them to actually turn them in. But like, if I was to, where would somebody know to go and contact somebody like you?
well, I mean, that's the reason I'm trying to get the word out because you got a lot of shelters, rescues in your area. You probably won't even know about it because
Yeah,
people don't expect it. You think you call a shelter or you call whoever you think you can call and just be like, hey, it's a bunch of cats over here, but they probably not gonna come out. But there is a
right,
lot
right.
of rescue groups. And you say you in the Delaware area? I'm
I'm in Delaware.
probably
I've seen
I,
these two ladies, but they were like something very small. And when I worked at a motel, and it was like there was a bunch of cats, but they were also feeding them. So like there was groundhogs, possum, cats all eating together. It was the oddest shit I've ever seen. But they would come and they could only maybe get like maybe one cat or two cats because they weren't really funded or anything. So there's nowhere
mm,
here that I know of that really does it unless you take it in yourself.
that
It's
mean
not
I need to come out there then. That mean I just need to come
might
on
want
out there.
to
I need to be
Go
helping
visit
them
me, son.
ladies. Listen,
go visit me.
the reason I got that RV is to do just that because I want to
Right.
travel the country and not only do TNR educate on it, but I want to shine a light on the people that's doing this every day that don't have that platform, that don't
Right.
feel like sitting a big head butt on social media all day. So
Right.
it's some
Right.
people that's just out there doing the work, and I want to shine a light on those people. So in
Right.
situations like that, those two ladies, they probably could do it if they had that support, if they
Exactly.
had that. So that's the reason I got that RV. I want to be able to ride out there, help them raise funds, help them trap because I got a bunch of traps, and do it and have fun with it and shine a light on them because
Right.
they doing it without all the support or the hype around it. They just doing it out the kindness in their heart. And it's a lot
That's
of people
exactly
like
what they
that.
were doing.
Yeah, I do have someone local that is trying to start up her own TNR. She's a little cuckoo, but
Oh,
Aren't
no,
we
some people
all
are.
though?
no,
Aren't we all? After
no, not about
2020,
that. She's just cuckoo in general. Okay, if
But
you read
we
some of
are.
her Facebook posts, but anyway, it's weird because right before we had this interview set up, I think it was last night, but me and Jules have been talking a while about trying to get you on here, and so I was driving and there was a cat in my neighborhood because I'm in like new construction, so I have a lot of open fields. And so
okay.
there's tons of them there. And then we saw another little baby little kitten at the gas station. I was like, I need Starling.
Wait, you saw a baby kitten right now?
It was yesterday. It was a little black cat. He was about this big, teeny tiny. Like if we didn't see the glow of his eyes, I wouldn't even have known a cat was there because it was dark.
We
Wow.
shouldn't have baby kittens up north like this right now.
That's what I'm
It's too
saying.
early.
That's why
It's pretty. It's cold still.
Mhm.
It's like 28 degrees tonight. And
We're
Wow.
here too.
when I was at work last year, there was a little kitten under my car. The it was so like, I don't know how to, it's so scrawny, so tiny, so like bony.
Emaciated.
Yes, and he wouldn't
Aw.
let go of me. So I got him a can of cat food. I had him in my office, and I'm allergic to cats, but I love
Oh.
animals, so I had to, help him. So I got him some food or whatever, and then I called the crazy trap lady, and so hopefully he got. But see, she doesn't do TNR. She does TNK. She keeps them.
Oh.
You know,
TNK, I like that.
See, and that is yet another reason why I'm living out of my vehicle, because when I had a house, that's what you do. You'll be like, okay, I could just keep this one.
Right.
Right.
This it though. This after then it's another one, and it's like, okay, I'll just keep these three. So I
Right,
got
right,
5, but that's it. After this 5, that's it. And then a
right,
couple weeks later, it's like, you know what? I'm gonna take this one too.
right. Of course.
Oh,
It's
Sterling, my husband found 5 kittens in a wall by the Chinese restaurant one time. Brought all 5 home. There were 4 girls, 1 boy. I ended up keeping them. Then he ended up getting every single one pregnant. Like
Oh,
within
no.
like I didn't even know they were pregnant because I didn't know anything about cats. And I was like, what are we
holy.
gonna do? At one point I had to call the humane society. I was like, listen, we rescued these kittens because it was like a snowstorm and he kept hearing this noise and he's like, Lisa, I kept hearing this noise and he brings me this box and I'm like, what do you got? And he's like, I found them in the hole in the wall by the Chinese restaurant. Like I was
Oh my
like, what?
God.
And then
You
we
probably
had
saved them
another
from
cat
being
that used
dinner.
to bring her kittens up. We had another cat that when we lived on the 3rd floor, she would bring her, like she was an outdoor cat, but she would she would come up the tree with all her kittens and come in my house and bring them every night and every day. And I would take them to the Humane Society because they have like a thing, it's like $20 or something. But in the city, we have a lot of that out here. So I
Cats know.
I got
Cats
20
know.
bucks,
They
but I
just
can't do it all the time.
listen. She was bringing her babies to you. Cats know. They feel that energy.
It was
Mhm.
crazy, and
They
she
was
would
like,
climb the
I
tree.
know
She
this.
wouldn't
I
come in
know
the
this feel
door
people.
either.
But that's why TNR is so important, though, because
Yeah.
you gotta stop that cycle.
Exactly. Like I got them,
Yeah.
signed up, but it's like, you can only do $20 so many times. It gets expensive. And then like I always feel bad. I don't want to just like leave them like in the wall. You just feel like you said, people want to keep them because you feel bad.
Right.
Hmm.
That's why I wanna. That's one of my main goals is to make TNR more accessible to people. I mean, not
Yeah.
only is the information not really out there, but then
Right.
how easy is it to do it, or how cost effective is it? And I wanna that I'm working with a group called Care Now, and a lot of what we're doing is we want to try to build care centers in various places throughout the country where you can go in and literally you can get traps, you can get mackerel, you can set everything you need to go do TNR is just easy and accessible right there to you. I want to start
Wow.
being able to do that so people can get engaged, because if it's difficult, people less likely to get engaged. But if it's easy and it's right there, simple and
Right.
explained, people will get into it.
You
We
know
have a
what?
lot. Go
I
ahead.
am an idiot because you guys love to drink and you like to drink vodka. He is now sponsored by Tito's Vodka.
Yo,
Yes.
shout
I
out.
should have told you guys that. Darn it. Oh,
I
that would
drink
have been
Crystal
perfect.
Palace. I drink the
Well,
cheap shit.
Yo,
sponsored by
shout out to
Tito's.
my peeps at Tito's Vodka. Tito's
I'll
Vodka
have to hook
are
up myself with some Tito's.
Yes, for sure. We
yes,
will support you.
yes. Yes, Tito's, and they usually they've been supportive of rescue, but it's mainly been dog rescue.
Right.
And we spoke last year and they were like, we love what you do. We want to support a cat person, so they've been on board and it's been amazing. We got a lot of cool stuff planned for rescuing cats like all together. So shout out to Tito's for sure.
Hell yeah. Look, everyone in the chat saying Tito's is my middle name. Boom, Tito's.
I'm mad. I should have some Tito's in my orange juice right now.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
Driver.
Yeah, we all have our kitty cocktails today. That's what we're calling them because tonight's about cats. So,
I need to go. I should go spike mines.
right?
Go ahead.
Hey, where's the girls, Sterling?
I don't know.
Alanis and DJ?
I don't know. Alanis, Demita.
Yes, tell them what your cats' names are.
Yeah, let's
So
see what kitty cat.
I'm trying to call them in here. I got Davita Joe and Alanis Morissette. So
Okay.
of course I'm in love with Alanis Morissette, so that's where that name comes from. Davita Joe is actually Janet Jackson's middle name. So
Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I stick with the music thing because I was into music, so I'll stick with that. I got a cat named Bowie. Oh, and
Okay.
shout out to my girl Samantha and Amazing Acro Cats, because that's where my son Bowie is at right now. He's actually a drummer
Oh,
for the Rock Cats band, and he really does
what?
play the drums. So
Yes, Sterling has traveled with a cat band
Yeah.
before.
yeah.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
So do you still rap, like, or do you just kind of do it on the side, or you put anything out anymore, or how's that working out?
I still you know, I love it, but I don't really do it. I don't have I'm It's so much time into what I'm doing now, but
Right.
Right.
my one of my close friends, Raheem, and my brother Darius, they have been kind of pushing me. They want to do a full-on cat album, a
Right.
rap
Oh,
album.
that'd be cool.
So I'm I'm trying to find the time and everything to get into it, because I think it'd be fun. But
Mhm.
I haven't really made any other music or anything like that. I still love it though. I do love music, but I fell in love. I dove in this heart first. Like I
Yeah.
really,
Seems like it.
yeah, I'm in it. I'm locked in. So I do want to do a lot of stuff. Like I do Tabby Dates. We launched a dating
Yeah.
app. If y'all check this out, I don't know if y'all ever heard of this, but me and my buddy Nathan the Cat Lady, we launched a dating app last year in August that's specifically for cat lovers.
It's like Tinder.
So
It's a dating.
it's called Tabby Dates. So
Okay.
And it's for
Like
humans, not the
that
cats.
farmers love
Right.
thing where the farmers meet. It's everybody who loves
It's
cats.
it's like that because
Got it.
People magazine did an a article where they said women are more likely to swipe left on for guys with a cat in their profile picture. So it's
Wow.
like cat men are soft and not attractive and being rejected, and I'm like, oh no, we got to do something about that.
Right.
That's so Tabby Dates is for people that love cats to hook up with other people that love cats. So
Oh,
it's
that's
it's
cool.
fun.
What? Nothing sexier than a cat man, says moderator.
No, and actually,
Hey.
When that poster went up, you don't even know the DMs we got. They were like, "Who's that?" I was like, "Oh my goodness, calm down, ladies."
moderator one.
Tell them about your other pet that won't make an appearance tonight.
Oh,
I'm trying to. That's another one. I'm about to look in a minute. I'm about to go get Demeter and them because I want my girls to come out. But my other buddy, y'all probably won't believe this, but again, my friend Samantha Martin of the Acro Cats has a groundhog, and he lives just free range in the house with the cats. He's litter box trained,
That's
and
cool.
he literally will walk around and chill. If y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all will see a lot of Griffin the groundhog. I call him
See?
Gangsta Griffin.
Gangsta Griffin. I love it.
Griffin is hysterical. And then Griffin lives with him right now where he's staying. But who else is part of the Acro Cat, Sterl?
Oh man, we got Captain Patch.
No, not a cat. Not a cat.
Oh, Zora.
No, Cluck Norris.
Oh, you talking about Cluck? Listen, Sam has a chicken that plays, and Cluck actually plays an instrument too. I want y'all to know.
How the heck do you get? How do you have a chicken that plays? I need that explained to me. How does that even happen?
All of this stuff, I was like, I can't believe it. But let me tell you, Samantha Martin, like I said, clicker training, and I think Victoria Steelwell does it with dogs too. But clicker training is amazing. You find a treat that they love, and you can work with them. You'll be surprised. It is unbelievable. That's why
His girls will ring a bell like crazy.
I got a bell that Demeter Joe, she rings it, and I have to hide that thing because she won't stop. It'll be 3 o'clock in the morning, and she'll bing, 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 bing. Yeah.
Well,
She's
please
learning-
make sure before you go anywhere. I want to remind you. Please make sure that you give Marie or me or Jules somebody. We want all the links so we can donate and support.
I loaded Marie up on a
forget.
bunch of links.
Yeah, some of them I couldn't post because they were too long in the tags, but we can put them. Shoot, I'll just post them as a poster.
And then on the thing is, Sterling's Instagram, he's got a link tree on his Instagram, correct? Sterl?
yeah. I got a
Yeah.
link tree on my
So,
Instagram.
so you'll be able to find everything. So if you follow the original TrapKing on Instagram, you'll find them.
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely post his IG then for sure, so everybody can
Julie
find
is
it.
always helping me with my technical stuff because Maria, I'm like you. I can't. I will.
Yeah,
And I usually do pretty
It's
good,
tough.
but you know, the little video thing failed me.
That was funny, and you're like sitting there thinking it's playing.
Excited, and then I get my DMs are blowing up. Like, it's not playing. It's not playing.
But that's why she does all the technical. I just sit here and look pretty. That's it.
And I want to make sure to shout out moderator 148, Julie. I had told Sterling, I sent him a message about her earlier. When we first mentioned that Sterling might be on here, she got excited because she had a cat that was really hard to trap. And I told you earlier, Sterling, that cat in the meantime actually just walked in her front door.
That's crazy. You did say something.
Walked in her front door.
Awesome.
Yo.
No, and the pictures, you should see the pictures. The pictures are so sweet. Moderator 148, Julie, she used to have a rescue, and so now she does TNR work, and she's got colony cats. So she's all about this. There she is, moderator 148.
I see her moderator. Hey, thank you for what you do.
She walked right in after 2 years.
2 years.
Wow.
Thank you for what
Christy
you do,
had a
Trap
quick
Queen.
question. What is TrapKing? TrapKing, he does trap. You explain it. Trap
neuter, return.
Return.
Gotta take them back to the colony.
And instead of just feeding them and letting them reproduce.
Right.
And now when I got into TNR, it was back in 2009. I moved into an apartment building. There was 4 kittens playing in by the dumpster in a couch. I kept having nightmares like, oh my gosh, they're going to come and take the cats. And so I found a TNR group and I started doing TNR. Now, then I really started trapping. I used to really trap. I haven't trapped a lot like I used to, but I was a trapper. But the thing is when I would trap in bad neighborhoods, they would think white people like me were going to bring the police. And so fast forward to 2017, I start seeing this guy popping up in all the Facebook groups for TNR. And I'm like, this is exactly what we've been needing for years.
Yeah.
I think I sent him a message and I said, look at you getting all the white crazy cat ladies excited. And we've been thick as thieves ever since.
Ever since.
Because when Jules showed me your first video, I was like, oh, he's kind of cute.
I'm telling you. Like crazy. Are you married?
Hilarious.
I mean, I don't know. Are you single?
No, I'm not married. I'm on tabby dates.
Single,
Can't be
though.
married. I'm talking.
You might we might have to do like a TrapKing dating show. Right
what was it? What was that show called? Love Connection.
Love Connection.
Yeah, Love Connection.
We can hook that up for
Bring
you.
like 3 random people up and you can choose who you want.
And I saw that tongue ring people.
Heidi, fresh meat.
I saw it.
See, that's why I've always been the weird guy. The guy to have a tongue ring, love cats, paint his nails.
I was gonna say our nails match.
Oh, I love it.
It looks like you're needing a new manicure.
Sparkle on them though.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
on your?
Oh, yeah.
You did the moon one that I was gonna do, and I did this one.
Yeah, come over. Let me look at your nails.
I got matte black, but my tips are shiny.
Okay. I actually went out. Me and Marie have been doing this for like 4 months, but I actually went out on New Year's Eve, flew out to meet her, like in person.
Oh.
So it was like really cool. So she did my nails and it was all fun. We had like a 2-day quick vacation, but it was like really cool because we actually got to meet. So
that's dope.
Cool.
It was so cool. It was so cool. We had the best time. We gave her makeover. Me and my sister. My sister's
I had it hair down to my butt and like we cut it a little bit, but that's okay.
She cut it. Gave her highlights.
It was awesome.
A ton of stuff. It was like a ton of stuff going on when me and Julie first finally met in person, but we still was like 2 big kids.
Yeah,
that's how we were.
Yep, we met in person at cat camp, and that was so much fun. And see, that's another reason why I've kind of been trying to encourage Sterling to do something like these streams on his own YouTube channel, because he can't do cat conventions.
I saw a message from Holly. I like you too, Holly. What's up?
But it used to be like there's CatCon in California, there's Catsbury Park in Jersey, there's Catadelphia in Philly. But
it's a big thing.
But you can't have those right now because of the pandemic.
Right.
So that's how Sterling was able to like reach out to people and connect. And so now that's why I'm telling him, I'm like, you should really do something like this on your YouTube channel and connect you with your peeps.
Yes.
You really should.
Yes.
Oh, except for your Patreon. You do have a Patreon that people can connect with you on.
Look, they're fighting over you right now.
They got to answer to my kitties. I don't know where they at. I'm about to go get some treats.
Where's the clicker?
I want them to come
get
in
a clicker.
here. Yeah, where is the clicker in here?
Because if you can get a clicker, let's see how many come running. Because these cats. If you guys want to look up the amazing acro cats, these cats
if it's a clicker
are
in
amazing.
here. I'm gonna see if I got a clicker in here because they will come running.
They are.
But they call amazing acro cats.
The amazing acro cats.
Yeah, the amazing acro cats.
I actually was talking to Ghost Hunter Joe about it yesterday. I showed him a picture of the acro cat's car and bus. He wants that car. He wants to drive Sam's car.
For real? Hey, the horn, it makes noises. It makes
the bell. Oh, it makes. Yeah. I thought the cat rang the bell though on top. The cat doesn't ring the bell.
Nah, but it does a little meow 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 meow.
Oh my goodness!
I'm riding. I mean, imagine me riding down the streets of New Orleans, hitting that button, and people looking like, "Is what? Huh?" With a big giant cat on top of it too.
No, Holly, no, not that kind.
Not that kind of kitty
clicker. No, not that. It's this little clicker here for clicker training. Look, let me see because that's the sound they get when they get a treat. So usually,
you better have one for them.
Look at.
Okay, here's the car. There's the car. The acro cat.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
That's the one that meows.
I want to see. Oh,
that's actually baby Bobby. It's
that's Bobby.
Everybody want to run in here except my girls.
Oh, see,
come here, squirrel. Say hey, squirrel.
Hey, baby.
Squirrel.
Not the same kind of squirrel that I have.
No.
Look at. Oh wait, here goes my baby.
All the time.
He's got
this
the girl.
This is Demita Joe.
There's DJ.
Beautiful.
She's all white.
Demita.
Sterling and his white girls.
Is she all white? Oh my god, she's beautiful.
I got a thing. I got a thing for the white ones.
Can I say?
Hey, I'm gonna have to get on that cat app date.
Tabby date.
We're gonna hold you to that. We're gonna do a dating show for you in like a month. We're gonna set it up.
Alanis, come here. Alanis, come here. Come here, mama.
Oh, emergency animal medicine. That's got to be hard.
You could tell. You could tell they was knocked out. They just heard that click and they was like, "I gotta get
up." That's kind of like laser pointer, and I get a kitty cocktail.
Alanis, come here, mama. Come here.
I'm wondering, do you wonder if maybe anybody wants to say hi to Sterling and drop a link?
Come here.
Does anyone want? I can do that.
Even though they look just alike, this is actually Alanis.
Yeah, see, I told you, his white girl. That's Alanis. Isn't she cute?
How do you tell them apart? They look like exactly.
Well, I actually have a red collar on Alanis and a pink one on Demita, but Demita's eyes are actually blue and Alanis's are green.
I didn't know that.
Oh, that's really cool.
And what's crazy about that is both of them are rescued, and a lot of times when you have an all-white cat with blue eyes, they'll have hearing issues. So Demita's pretty. She's pretty dope in the fact that she doesn't have any hearing issues, although she might have selective hearing because she do what she want to do.
All do. I think we all do.
She do what she want to do, but she hears very well. Alanis. Look, I think they mad at me about that.
Oh, this is hilarious.
You didn't give them a treat.
They like, I came in here for nothing.
Right. So I have a question. Do you get yours declawed?
No. Although I will say this though, I didn't know until after I got
Oh, those
started,
are the kitties
my
by you?
first cat.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you
boy,
can see them, that's the mommy, and then that's the little baby, and then the daddy's in the corner.
Those are the ones that are by
Aw.
Lisa's place that we need to
Look
get
at
them fixed.
Yeah, and I think she's pregnant again.
Oh no.
I
look at
think
that
she only
orange
had this
tabby.
one. She's tiny.
Oh my.
Wow,
I got like a video,
that
but
baby.
I don't want to, take up all the time with that. I'll send it to you actually.
So
If you can help me do it, it'd be cool.
so back to declawing and Rick
Oh, yeah.
James.
Oh yeah, like declaw, no, and I didn't notice. I actually, it took me a while to get into cat rescue to understand that buying from breeders and declawing was wrong. And that's a big reason why I educate now, because there's so many people that's like, yo, I love cats, but they don't know. They don't know that that's taboo. That's bad. You shouldn't work with breeders. You shouldn't buy from a breeder. You should adopt, and you shouldn't declaw. But I didn't know this. So 14 years ago, my cat Rick James, I bought him from a breeder. He was a
Mhm.
Persian Himalayan, beautiful, fluffy
Mm.
cat, and I got him declawed. And I didn't know that these things were bad back then. So that's a lot of reason why I do what I do now, because decline, nah, that's like this right here.
Cutting that part of your finger off.
You cutting that part off right there. That's what
Wow.
it is for them. So they lose a lot of everything. And then later on down the line too, you can develop litter box issues, because if their paws is hurting them, they don't even want to dig in that litter. They probably just gonna poop on your floor now.
Yeah, because can you imagine if you had surgery on your limbs and then they told you had to go to the bathroom in a box of clay? You know how that would hurt
Right.
you? So then when I was young, we declawed cats when I was young. That's what we did. And my sister's cat had that problem and started the pee issues, and then
That's what happened to my cat when I
yep.
one.
Yeah.
And then
The
it's a pee war, and then nobody wins.
No, sprayed everywhere, and they said that there's nothing you can do to stop the spraying. So
No. Well, spraying a male cat, you can help them from spraying by getting them neutered.
Right.
But no,
Yeah.
when they have those when they start getting those bad, because then even though maybe even after their fingers heal, they're still going to remember, ooh, that hurt. Ouch. I'm not going to do it.
Right.
It's just like we don't touch the stove more than once because we're going to get burnt.
Exactly.
So
It only takes one time to learn that one.
Yeah.
Some people say declaw the front, but not the back. So just all declawing is.
Yeah.
And if you ever see, like in my background, you'll see I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 cat scratchers there. I have blue velvet furniture, and they have not touched my furniture. As long as you give them a good outlet and a healthy outlet. They like my cat Allie. When she finishes going to the bathroom, she loves running over to the scratcher, and she's like, right. It's her little like ritual, you know.
My iPad is sitting on a cat tree right now.
I got a good question, TrapKing. I had a cat named Naomi. Right now, I spayed her, and she made like a little hole in my window, even though I had her as a kitten. And she used to go out, and I would call her, and like a dog, she would come back. But she always did this. What does it mean when cats do that, like massage thing?
Oh, they making biscuits. They making biscuits.
Yeah, like what is that?
It's like it look like they kneading dough, and they do
Right.
it. It stems from when the kitten, the mom, when they're nursing on the mom, they do that to look for. They searching for the nipple so they can nurse on their mom. So it becomes habit. Yeah, it's habit, instinct is just soothing move. So they'll do that. Like you'll see them do it if you get like a really soft blanket. They'll go crazy on. Like my baby Demita, I don't have a robe. She has a robe. It's her robe. When I put that robe on, she's just, all into it. She'll do it until she falls asleep.
Excited. I always wondered what that was.
But yeah, it's positive. It's positive. It's definitely a positive.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
It's not a bad thing if they're doing it. They're not plotting to do nothing to you. Like, go to sleep. I'm gonna do no.
Right. It's funny that you say that your cats haven't screwed up your velvet furniture, because I have 3 dogs and they've screwed up my entire sectional.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, that's what everybody's like. Oh, blue velvet. That's gonna. Well, first of all, I have the chair that Trip sleeps in. I have it covered with a piece of brown fabric. But I give them enough outlets so they don't. My cats are not bad. I have good kitties.
No, my cat wasn't bad either.
If you get cat trees, catnip,
he's in Atlanta. I'm sorry, Sterling. I was just answering Christy. You're in Atlanta right now, correct?
Well, right now I'm in Asheville, North Carolina. I'm originally based out of Atlanta, but I've been out here doing some TNR. I actually just caught a cat this morning that looks identically like Squirrel, who I just showed y'all. But
And
Yeah,
had an owie on its nose.
yeah, I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but a lot of times when they go in a trap, they'll get scared and they'll run trying to
Try to
get
get
out and hit
out.
their nose. So this
That's what
baby,
my dog does.
Yeah,
yeah,
see.
that's her right there, or him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
that's my
sometimes,
baby.
and that's why it's very important to cover the trap after you trap them, because when they can't see, it'll calm them. But otherwise, they're
Yeah,
going to keep trying to dart and try to get out of the
right,
trap. And
right.
that's when, and so I mean, it happens. Sometimes it looks really bad. Oh, that's
Oh,
right, Holly.
Holly
Holly's
is a
in
little
You ain't
Holly,
carrier.
you're
behaving
married.
yourself,
Get
young
off my
lady.
man,
Yeah,
okay?
like I'm wondering what's up with Holly.
Yeah,
Holly, where
Holly.
you at? You near Asheville?
Yeah, he's in Asheville.
Shout
I
out to
forgot
my
about.
Asheville cat weirdos.
Um, but yeah, it can be really scary when you very first trap a cat and they start darting at those. You're like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh, what am I gonna do? They're gonna hurt themselves. But you just after a while you remain calm, you cover the trap, and they'll calm
cover
down.
them babies up. Unless you get something like big like that Julie, you remember that raccoon the other day?
Oh my gosh, it's so
Whew.
funny. It's better than a skunk. Trapping a skunk, that's fun because you got to get them out of there.
Uh, I'm scared of the skunks. I'm not.
Holly,
You never got
Uh,
one?
that's the only thing I haven't caught. I caught a
You're
groundhog
not
before
scared of
too.
them possums with all that bacteria in
Oh,
their teeth? Like they're
Possums, they kind of cute to me actually. I'm
yeah,
actually
but
not
they
afraid of.
got the most mouth full of bacteria. Like they say, if you get bit by one, like it's like
yeah, but
horrible.
no, but
They
possums
never
are
came
actually
at me.
good. They
Yeah,
eat ticks. Hey, did you see that Calvin just saved a possum the other day?
I saw that. I saw that. Shout out to my boy Calvin Tucker. Calvin be saving everything. Like
Llamas,
everything.
chameleons.
Right. I think he
Yo,
saved a tarantula or something
he did.
before.
He
Like
did.
Calvin, yo,
He calls
yeah.
himself Black Noah,
I
and it's
love
the
it.
truth. No,
Holly,
Calvin is amazing. Him and Sterl. Well, and then there's Mosho. You guys are pretty much the
That's the
three.
sprinkle full of black guys in this thing, probably.
exactly.
We got to
Calvin
Yeah,
get some
Tucker.
more going. We
Calvin
got to get
Tucker.
some more going. Yeah.
No, actually, because today in my story, I don't know how many people saw my story. The song that I had playing in the first one, that was actually Mosho, and Mosho and Sterl are friends.
That's my boy. That's my buddy. I'm. If it wasn't for the pandemic, we probably already would have had a little song out or something like that about
Right.
cats. But this pandemic is crazy. I mean,
It's messed
we
everything
was
up.
just hanging out a lot, but then now
Yeah.
this.
Well, the last cat function you were at, the Academy.
Oh yeah.
Julia Sticker. This was the last cat function. It was in January and last year, and then after that, everything got shut down. Because that is a lot of these. I don't. It's a lot of the cat personalities.
Like
That's where everybody
what?
gets to meet with them and hang out. It's. I guess if you're not a cat person, you really don't understand. But like cat camp was so much fun. The first.
It's like Comic-Con, but
Yeah.
cats.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
cats.
The duels. Like, do they bring? Does everyone bring their cats and show them off?
No.
Oh,
No.
They can't bring the cats on the floor a lot of times, but everybody is dressed up like cats. You got every cat lover, cat vendor, cat presenter, cat speaker, even people like, what was it? Macaulay Culkin came out
Macaulay
to Cat
Culkin.
Con. Yeah, Macaulay Culkin came out to Cat Con, just walking around the floor.
Where is it at?
CatCon's in LA.
Yeah, LA, Los
Okay.
Angeles.
But then Jackson Galaxy does a cat camp, and then he does that out of New York. And then
Oh,
there's
do you know him?
oh
He's
yeah,
the
we both
guitar guy.
yeah we both know.
I
Yeah,
watch him all the time.
hey,
We
be nice
both know
to the cat.
Jackson.
I fan
What are they
guyed
doing?
real hard when I first met Jackson.
Yes, like I watch him all the time on Animal Planet.
Animal Planet, my cat from hell.
Time. I used to love watching him. Like
No, Jackson is no, it's really funny because when I very first met Sterling, his logo, Sterl, move to the side. We got to see your okay. See how it's ear tipped?
Yeah, yeah.
When I first met Sterling, he didn't have that ear tipped, and so when he went to meet Jackson, Jackson has one of the very few un-ear tipped shirts. But yeah, I told him, I'm like,
and
Jackson,
the cool thing is that they've been
That lets
Oh,
you
yeah.
know that they've been,
Correct?
yeah. So when you see the cat, when you
Right.
see the wait, I'm doing it right. When you see the ear tip, when you see the ear tip, if you see a cat out there like that, that lets you know that they've been spayed, neutered, vaccinated. and they're good to go. So they're not overpopulating, they're not spreading diseases, they're good to go. And
Right.
that's a lot of things. People didn't know that either. People was like, "What, you cutting the ear off for him?" Not.
Right.
It's like we piercing our ears.
Yeah,
Okay, it's okay.
it's the equivalent
but it's
to
the
that.
way that we identify that a cat
Right.
has already been through that process, because you don't want
Right.
to take them through it again.
Because God forbid if you tag them, then the black neighborhood will really think the white people coming in and
Oh,
recording,
it'll be
right?
over. It'll be over. Y'all never hear the
I
end of
do
it. What you
that you
talking about?
microchip them also, right?
Well, some rescues do. It depends. Some of them, like I said, that's why I want to help raise funds, because that can get expensive. So
Right.
where a lot of people would like to microchip, a lot of them aren't able to, because that's just adding on to the cost. So you do have some that microchip. I recommend all owned cats, like pet owners, microchip their cats, because that has helped me reunite cats with their families again. So, but a
Right.
lot of with the feral cat populations, not everybody's always able to microchip.
No, yeah, the microchips aren't as hardcore as making sure we get the ear tip and stuff, unless they're a personal cat. I'm trying to find, man, I have to really scroll back. I want to show the picture of me and Jackson. No, Jackson Galaxy is actually the reason, talking about Amber, Amber posted her weight loss surgery thing. Well, I did the same thing, and Jackson is the one who inspired me to do it. Jackson Galaxy, I read his book and I was extremely inspired. I'm like, if he can do it, I can do it. And
He's awesome. Like the stuff he does. I gotta show
oh yeah,
you.
here we are. There's me and Jackson.
Yeah. Baby Bobby.
We have like 3 or 4 different pictures, and it's funny because you see my weight loss progression each time and stuff. But no, Jackson Galaxy is a great guy. He's the real deal.
Yeah.
When I first met that dude, the first time I met him in person was at a best friends conference, and I had stood in line to meet him and talk to him or whatever. And I was telling him like, "Hey, I'm in the TNR cat rescue and everything, and I came from music the same way you came from music." And he was like, "Oh, you like the black version of me?" And I was like, "Yes, that's what I'm talking about." Yeah. I was amped up too. I was like, yeah.
It's Sterling. Now you have glasses too.
Right?
I gotta show you something hilarious, Sterling. It was on his website, this tattoo. Look.
Oh my God.
I knew you would appreciate that.
Well, no, his friend Adam in California, Adam markets cat butts.
Listen, what's funny?
People do the weirdest stuff.
What's funny is that's the type of videos. Like I just did a video like earlier today with my cat, because I was in a Zoom meeting and my cat just walked by and you just see nothing but cat butt. So I screenshot it real quick, and I've been meaning to send that to Adam because he's the cat butt dude. Like,
yeah, it's like if you ever see a cat butt, it's like you got to show it to Adam.
Right. It's like I saw a cat butt. Let me text Adam real quick because I know he'll appreciate this cat butt.
And Adam also has coined the term ballless and flawless.
Ballless and flawless. That's
I hope we're just referring to cats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, great.
Although, let me say this though. I will say this, because I've come across so many dudes where they'll have a cat and they don't want me to fix the cat, and I'm like, why? I don't want my cat to lose his manhood.
Yeah.
Because of comments like that, I have seriously thought about going to get fixed with my cats, just so I can show I'm not losing nothing. There's no manhood loss or nothing like that. It's perfectly fine. It's okay.
Oh my God, so funny.
You'll make it. So I've actually thought about that, because I hear that so much. Like, I want my cat to lose his manhood. That's like, what kind of hyper masculine?
All the time too.
What?
Like, I have a big dog, and when I neuter him, they're like, "Oh, you're taking away his manhood. Look at his balls; they're so big." And I'm like, "Dude, like, what do you mean? Like, okay, this is my nut.
You took away his drive. You're not going to let him get lucky.
I have to show you.
It's the best thing. Oh, there he is.
Not my nut, but my baby. But literally, I mean, he's huge. He's like 100 pounds. And they were like, "How could you, neuter him?" I'm like, "What do you mean? It's going to make him live longer?" And that's true for cats as well, right? They live longer. They're healthier. Yep. But he did. He had balls like, it was ridiculous.
His friend Adam even made cat ball.
Oh my goodness!
It's a keychain, and they're cat nuts.
Oh my God!
Yo. And they
do implants now for dogs. That's right here. What?
That is hilarious.
Do they do that for cats, Sterling?
I heard about that. I don't think they do it for cats yet, but I heard
Because I
about
saw
that
Ice T do
for
it.
dogs.
Ice T and Coco put implants on their bulldog when he got his paws clipped.
That is crazy. I don't think that's transferred over to cats, but I heard about that for dogs. That's wild. And it's strictly for the humans to
That's
feel
what
better,
I'm saying,
I
right?
guess, yeah.
That's just like gross.
What kind of hyper masculine crap is you gotta get prosthetic? That's a bit much.
Implants for dogs.
That's a bit much.
I'm serious.
I'm not the one to judge. I'm not the one to judge. I mean, if you loving that pet, just love it. That's great. But wow.
Oh yeah, actually, Ashkey's the one who sent me the nuts.
Yes, my nuts.
So funny.
We did a video. Me and my homeboy Adam, the friend Julie was talking about. We did a rap video called Adidas. All Day I Dream About Spaying. And in the video, he got the bronzed nuts, and he's just flicking them in the video. And I'm like, dude, Adam is tripping.
Oh
out
my
here.
God.
Like, we're gonna get censored or something.
Right.
Somebody said about Christy was asking about. She said she went to her friend's house and they had nail covers, plastic things on there. Is that good for cats or no? Is that bad?
Well, I don't. I haven't used it myself, but I've heard that it didn't bother the cat. I would assume that it might mess with some balance or equilibrium type deal, but
Right.
I haven't heard anything bad about it. But at the same time, I haven't heard a whole lot of or seen a whole lot of people do it either.
The only thing with those is they stick on, and they're especially for somebody who's bound and determined to get them declawed.
Mm-hmm.
Then definitely the caps, and then you'll have to get them replaced after a while because they will grow off, and sometimes they'll flick off. It just figure because it's a nail cap. It's glue and it's a nail cap.
I seen that on Jackson's thing one time, Jules. To be honest,
it's. Oh, I mean, some cats will tolerate it. Some cats want nothing to do with it.
I mean, if your cat will tolerate you putting them on, you might be able to just clip them.
That's what I was gonna say. Can you trim cat's nails like you do dogs?
I trim mine for sure because Demeter will climb up my whole body if I.
Yeah.
She'll just walk up to me.
She does. She does still do that. She literally climbs him like he's a tree.
Oh yeah.
Wow. He's her property.
Right on up.
Yep.
You can tell her.
Mine do too. All the time, Naomi would climb my curtains, everything in my closet. She just loved everything.
Oh,
yeah.
And it's another funny reason why I thought Sterling might be a good fit for this is because later on this evening he has a friend named Nathan the Cat Lady.
Shout out Nathan.
And Nathan does Wine Wednesdays on Instagram every Wednesday.
Oh,
and Nathan that's why I say he's a drinking theme. It's Wine Wednesday.
Here, Sterling, cute.
I might bring him through now. Me and Nate, that's my boy. That's my dude. So
Tito's Tuesday with Sterling. Tito's Tuesday with TrapKing. Because I make all my titles like Dookie.
Ooh, that's a good one.
We'll have 3 women for you. We'll have 3 women set up for you.
Marie, you kind of low-key genius with that one.
See, I told you.
Tito's Tuesday. I like that.
That was good. And I can't believe I didn't tell you guys about Tito's. Like an hour before we did this, I'm like, Marie, you got any cat ears? She's like, damn it, no. I wasn't even thinking Tito's.
I know.
Yeah, that RV, my RV, and I wanna. You know what? Let me see. Let me see if I can show y'all.
His RV is pretty sweet.
Sweet. I'm getting it wrapped right now, and this is what it's gonna.
That's what's
look like.
That's awesome.
My gosh! I've never seen. Oh,
that's
wow.
a sneak peek. That's a sneak peek. I really haven't even showed nobody.
I was gonna say I haven't seen that. That is.
And
sick.
the back, if y'all could see the back.
Oh my goodness!
It's probably hard to see, but the back is a tribute to Rick James.
And who helped you with that idea?
Julie.
So
that's.
I love it. Oh my gosh, that is sweet.
I'm getting that wrapped right now, so yeah.
Oh, otherwise he could have given us a tour of the RV.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be
from
cool.
Delaware at some point.
How long will it take for you to get it wrapped?
I'm thinking like maybe 2 weeks, probably.
Okay.
That's not
Um,
bad.
so
He
I'm
had his
doing
van
that at one
wrapped.
of. Oh yeah, the van was crazy. When I first got it too, I was in love. I still love my van. I got tired of hitting my head and actually living out of that thing. Like
Right,
now I
right.
have a real restroom, a real sink, real shower. Like I
You
don't
have
Right.
have to
stoves and
have.
everything in those, right?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
everything in there.
they're
Because
nice.
before living out of my van, I had to keep a membership at Planet Fitness because it was open 24 hours, so I could shower and shave and everything there. So it's a big upgrade to be in my RV.
That's dedication for
That's
real.
awesome.
Because
No, and now when he rolls up in your neighborhood, you won't help but see him. I
Oh yeah,
love
you
that.
go
You
you gonna
gotta
see
come
it
to
now.
Delaware.
you got
They
to
You
gonna
get
be
gotta
our
like,
come
best
down
cat
here,
popcorn.
Sterling. You have to.
I'm coming to Delaware. You already told me
Um,
I'm needed
yes,
out
for
there.
sure.
I'm needed. I
Come
gotta
home.
come.
Come home.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
She's
to
in Detroit.
Detroit. Yes, I'm definitely coming to Detroit.
Well,
I'm
you
Yeah.
can pick
definitely
me
coming
up
to
in
Detroit.
Delaware, and I'll ride with you to Detroit.
There you go.
Road
There you
trip,
go.
road trip, road trip.
Trap
That's what it's
Yeah.
RV.
made
I'm
for.
down
Yeah.
That's what
anytime.
it's
Let's
We're
made
go.
gonna
for.
do when your RV's wrapped. We're gonna do a Tito's Tuesday tour of the TrapKing's new RV.
Yeah, I'm
Ooh, I
down for
like
that.
it. I
I'm
like
Fuck
down
it.
it.
for that. I'm
Just blew
definitely
my
down for
mind.
that.
Just blew my
Yeah.
own mind.
I'm definitely down for that.
Oh my goodness, this is so fun. Oh my goodness.
Yes, actually, moderator would like to come and say hi to you. So I'm going to
Yeah.
drop the link, and um, we will
Come holler at me.
exactly. Come on up, moderator.
Yeah.
Probably won't show her face because she said she was a mess, but who cares?
What?
I know, right? Who cares?
We have
But
like
see, and that
a
now he'll know what
thing out
black
here.
he'll know what the black screen looks like because that's an option too. You can do without video.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
yeah.
Nah,
Mhm.
gotta
If
do
someone don't
video.
want to show their face, we don't. I don't make
Yeah.
them.
Well, see, Sterl, we're
What?
not lucky like you. We don't look great all the time.
I
Right.
know, right?
I thought I
Hello.
was looking nerdy with my glasses now.
Oh, you look
Mm-mm.
good.
He
That's
just
my
got those.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm a hot mess right now, so I don't want to be on camera. But
Oh, boo.
you are a hero of mine, Sterling. I've been following you on Facebook for a long time.
Aw.
And
Thank you so much.
the kitty that Jules was talking about, I actually reached out to you for advice on. This cat is so trap savvy. I have a remote control drop trap. I
Oh.
almost had her and I pulled the trigger too quickly. And I missed her, and I've been trying for 2 years. But New Year's Eve, my husband opened the door. She walked right in the house.
That is crazy for 2 years.
It's insane. She goes to the vet tomorrow. I TNR'd her 2 years ago when I originally started taking care of her. So tomorrow she goes for a combo test and vaccines, and if all is well, she's going to be a member of my house of misfit kitties.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
That is a story. She probably was just like, you know what? You've been dedicated. I'm just going to walk in.
Well,
Yeah.
You know, it's New York. It's cold. It's the winter. She's had it.
Tell him about your other cats. She's got some great cats.
I have 11 kitties besides her, and every one of them is special needs. They're all kitties that nobody wanted to adopt.
Oh, wow.
I've got several Siamese kitties that have asthma. One has pica and OCD. I don't know if you're familiar with pica. She's had 5 surgeries to remove foreign bodies. Yeah,
Wow.
crazy. I've got a blind kitty. I've got a 3-legged kitty.
You got a tripod too. You are doing it.
The cutest little tripod ever. He's this tiny little guy, and he's the toughest, baddest kitty in the house.
That's how it works.
It, right, Mod?
His name is Franklin. He's amazing.
Rescue people know that's how it works. That people would think that tripod is not gonna do it. That the tripods are usually just as fast, tough, and doing their thing. It does not slow them down.
No.
That's
I
amazing.
ran quite a large rescue for about 10 years, and there was a couple reasons. Some health issues for me, but mostly it was compassion fatigue, which I don't have to tell you about.
Oh yeah.
It got to be too much, so I stepped down from the rescue, and I just continued on doing my own thing and maintaining a colony. And I have a extensive history in cultural competence and diversity and inclusion. So
Mm,
I've combined my two passions, and I work a lot with our city rec centers with the inner city youth and try
okay.
to educate them on kitties and maintaining and taking care of the feral kitties, but most importantly about how to respect them and not abuse them.
Right.
We had some pretty horrific things happen. I live in Rochester, New York, and we had a lot of abuse and neglect and things happening deep in the city. And it just wasn't cool to be a cat person, or especially for men, but men of color.
Of course.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not cool. But
He's a
you're
unicorn.
making it
I'm
cool.
so glad. I'm so glad that you stuck with it and you still continue to help out and do, because I know, like you said, compassion, fatigue, and burnout. The woman that trained me, I watched her. I watched her burn out completely and just walk
Yeah.
out of the shelter. She was done.
Yeah.
Her one of her last things she said to me is that she didn't even want to see another cat again. And if you knew Mickey, if you
Mm,
knew this woman, that was the craziest thing for somebody like her to ever say. So the fact that she said it and walked out and left, it was like,
yeah.
compassion fatigue and burnout is real. A lot of people don't know it. I'm glad that you were able to go through your stint but still be able to help kitties and help others and teach people about it. So thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks
It's
for what you do.
a little different capacity, and I'm not, saving as many lives as I used to, but I'm
You
doing what I
still doing
can.
it.
Doing
Right.
what I can.
And you're
So
educating. So that goes further. Even if
yeah.
you're not out there trapping and doing all that, education is very crucial.
Well,
Knowledge
and
is power.
you know what Julie told me, moderator 148, she is a really good friend with John Yates. Sterling doesn't know who that is, but John Yates, he is a internet personality. And for our little group, we all know who he is. And his cat, Hope, was actually, Julie told me that, because John, he loves his cats, and his cat, Hope, was actually a
Holly.
small cat. Oh,
No,
Holly's
no, no,
on it. But
no.
no, when John got his cat Hope was very sick, and Julie helped John to nurse Hope to health. And look at where he's got Hope, who's happy and healthy now, all because of Julie.
Look
Yeah.
at,
Oh,
okay, okay.
Hope would have
You
died.
still doing your thing.
We had to raise some money and get some vetting done for Hope, but Hope is doing fantastic. So
Wasn't she like 8 weeks
awesome.
old or something when he got her?
Wow.
10 days old.
Oh, I'm sorry, 10 days old.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That's not
That
easy.
Hope's
was,
actually a
yeah.
boy. I know
Oh,
it's a girl's name, but Hope is a
Them,
boy.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what happened to me with my rescue. We named it Sunny, thinking it was a boy,
Mhm.
and it turned out it was a girl.
but
So
Sunny's a
when we
cute girl for like
yeah,
sunshine.
well, and it was an all black cat, so it was one of those play on words, where you call someone fat, slim, you know what I'm saying? So we called it Sunny, and then when we went to get it spayed or fixed because we didn't know what it was, the doctor was like, "Congratulations, it's a girl." I'm like, "Damn it!"
Marie, you brought up black kitties. I'd love to get in a plug for the black kitties because many people probably don't know this, but black kitties are always the last ones to get adopted. There's a lot of stereotypes out there. Black cats are bad luck
Yep.
or they're not the prettiest.
I loved my black
I think
kitty.
they're beautiful.
Sterling, this is going to make you sick to your stomach. There's a local rescue here in Rochester that goes down to our city animal control, and they take every kitten out of the litter except for the black ones. They leave the
Are
black
you
ones behind.
serious?
Swear to
You know
God.
what's bad? You know what's bad about that is that people do that, and
Mhm.
I think that's horrible for one. But then it's even horrible too because they'll do that, but then Halloween will come,
Yeah.
and because of Halloween, you have a bunch of people adopt
Yeah.
or go get black kitties and then dump them right after Halloween.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
Yeah.
like,
terrible.
I
it,
used to go in and clean up. I remember one day going down to the shelter and picking up 25 miscellaneous little black kittens.
Are you
that's
kidding
crazy.
me?
And every one of them got an amazing home. People, I always tried to educate people and let them know not only are black kitties not bad luck, they're known for having the best personality.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
also, a lot of people don't know this. Black kitties tend to live longer. than a lot
Really?
of other kitties. Yeah.
That I never heard.
Yeah. Do the
It's
research on that
crazy.
one.
It's crazy how I guess a superstition or something can carry out so far like that. That
Yeah.
is
I know.
bad luck. I wonder how the beer Corona is gonna survive after the coronavirus.
I
Like
know,
what?
right?
Like how does like because superstitions and stuff is like crazy. Like I wonder
Oh, I know.
is the beer company Corona sitting there like we're gonna have to change our name. This is crazy.
I got a
Like,
quick question. When my husband brought those 5 little kittens home, we had a black cat. We named her Midnight,
Mhm.
and she was a girl, but she didn't like the kittens at first. But then she literally started feeding them. They were but she wasn't even their mother. And I always wondered how that is. That like a normal thing? Like I didn't even know, were they actually getting milk from her or
Yeah.
no?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen
So
that
she just
before.
got milk just from being around them.
Well, she may have lost her babies. I've had situation where a mom will have a mom and she wasn't around her babies or her babies are being bottle baby fed or something somewhere.
Yeah.
But this mom, and then you have these babies, and she'll just take those babies in. She'll just finish her nursing out and
Yeah,
do her
like at
thing.
first
Like
she
we've had that
hated
happen
them. Like
before.
she was like hissing at them, and I had her since she was a baby. So she like, but yeah, she was like hissing at him and everything. And then she kind of like got you, and they were all like feeding. And I was always wondered, like, are they actually getting milk, or are they
Oh
just
yeah,
feeding to be comforted, or how did that work?
Probably a little bit of both.
yeah.
Huh.
Animals can start lactating even if they didn't just give birth. It wouldn't be enough to sustain the kitten's life if she hadn't just had kittens herself or been
Right.
pregnant. But it was more than likely a nurturing kind of loving, affectionate thing, more than feeding them if you had her for a long time and she hadn't had babies. But they
That's too
love
cute.
to pitch in and take care of other kitties. Mama cats
Yeah.
are the best.
So someone's saying like just like black cats in America, white cats in England are bad luck.
Really?
Really?
Black Swan
So
was
my
saying.
girls would be bad luck.
Wow.
So apparently in England they don't like the white cats.
That's interesting. I've never heard
Just-
that before.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just got to be some type of discrimination somewhere, right? Just can't.
Oh, wait.
Gotta be
All
something.
cats matter.
And Sterling
Right,
was
right.
right when he was talking about the white kitty, especially with blue eyes, tend to be deaf kitties. Not always, but
Yeah.
usually, just like male cats or orange cats are usually male, not always, but usually. Calico cats are almost always female.
Female.
Sterling,
Yeah.
I had a male
Yeah.
calico kitten one time.
Really? That
I
is rare.
I never looked. I just assumed
It was a
Right.
female.
Right,
because it was
yeah.
a calico. I took it to the vet for the first appointment. She said, "Oh my God, this is a male." I was like, "Betsy,
Why
that's
is
not
that,
a male.
though?
Wow.
It's not
That's-
a male." She's like, "It is. It is." And sure enough, now if it is a male and it's a
That's
calico,
rare.
it's always sterile. So
Why is that?
Oh,
Why are
interesting.
female or males? Is that like a genetic thing? Like what
yeah,
makes that
it's
happen?
a genetic.
Yeah, I don't know
Huh.
why it is either, but it's just like that. It's crazy because as soon as I hear calico, I'm like, oh, you got that sassy girl over there.
Mhm.
You know, you
Yep.
instantly just assume it's a girl. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
I fostered and adopted out over 10,000 cats during the span of my rescue. That was the
Wow.
only one.
man,
God.
salute.
Yes.
The
That's
only one
amazing.
that was ever a
Yes.
male.
Wow. So Holly has a question. Is there certain type of cats that are better with kids than others?
Certain types
Well,
of cats.
I don't know if I don't know as far as a breed, but I'll say this. The quicker you expose cats to anything, the more comfortable it'll be. I mean, if the younger cats are around children, the better. I'll say that. Like
Yeah.
Right.
and that's with most things. Like that's why I start with my girls. I start at least training them, putting them on harnesses and getting them used to it at a young age so that they're able to go out on, and walk on a leash and be comfortable walking outside. So I think
Right.
any and every cat, just the sooner you have them around and
Well, what about
exposed
the
to that.
rumor that they take babies' breath away? Is that true?
Oh
No.
no, my goodness.
No, and I can tell you, I worked in pediatrics.
I always wanted to know that. I'm sorry, I had to ask.
I
I'm
used to
glad
work
you
in
said that.
pediatrics. That is not
No, like I've
true.
heard that like all the time. They say that they like
Well, the
smell
movie-
milk or something.
What was it? The movie Cat's Eye? Wasn't that the one with Drew Barrymore?
Right.
Was he hurt? And the cat took her
I
back.
just heard it on something, and
think.
I was like, when is that
That's an old
true?
wives' tale, and where
Yeah.
that comes from is babies drink milk. The
Right,
smell of milk is attractive to cats, and
right.
cats are drawn to the smell of milk.
And so
They're
they're
Right.
smart.
also babies are warm and cuddly, and cats are drawn to the warmth and the cuddliness. But they're not stealing any baby's breath. They're
No.
not
Nah.
smothering kitties. They're not, or smothering
Nah.
babies. It's just another old wives' tale.
Okay,
Right.
another question in the chat. Is it true Russian blues are less allergenic than other cats?
I'm gonna
It's
say no to that. I've had a Russian blue.
Yeah, it's a hair thing.
That's
I
what my
mean,
Naomi was.
they have hypoallergenic cats, but it's usually the fur thing. It's like this what is it? The Sphinx and hairless cats like that are
Mm-hmm.
usually the hypoallergenic.
Have you ever had a hairless cat?
No, I
Sterling?
never.
I
No, but
fostered-
Mosho does. Doesn't Mosho
Yeah,
I
have one?
my
fostered
buddy
one.
Mosho
Yes,
does.
Mamo. He does. Yep.
That
I
is so
fostered
weird
one
looking to me.
temporarily.
Maud, I can't hear you, honey. I'm sorry.
I did foster a Sphinx for a couple months.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
It was not a kitty that I would want to have long term, just because there's a lot involved with a hairless kitty.
I heard.
You have to put sunscreen on them. I mean,
Oh my God.
they need to be bathed like once a week. Their coat, they still have, their skin is very sensitive. They need
Because they don't have
lotions,
anything like cats with fur that helps to like shield them. So a hairless
Yeah.
cat, they're naked to the world.
They are, and they're very vulnerable to the elements. They can get sunburned. They have to wear clothing inside. It's just a lot of work. If you have one or two
Wow.
cats, great. But when you've got a house full like me, you don't have for that.
Yeah.
That's how that video went around about my dude Mosho taking the
Mhm.
bath with his cat because that's
Oh my
what he was
gosh.
doing. He's taking a bath with one of his
Ravioli.
Sphinx. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
All right. What's the name of the breed of cat that always looks pissed off?
Oh, Grumpy Kitty. What breed is Grumpy Kitty? Grumpy Kitty's no longer with us, but
No.
I'm
What
trying
is
to
Grumpy
think. It has to be something close to Rick because Rick kind of had that smush face, but it wasn't grumpy necessarily. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
that
remember what
Persian-y-
Merlin the ragdoll is. It's something Persian something, but
It's like a Persian-y look, that grumpy
yeah,
face.
they got the
Julie-
little
okay, it
nose.
says here, his name was Tartar Sauce. It says
Tartar
Felix
Sauce.
Catus. Nickname Grumpy Cat, was an internet cat celebrity. I've never met Grumpy Cat. I've met Bub. I've met Bub before Bub. Bub also passed. There's a lot of celebrity cats. Now,
Yeah.
moderator 148, she knows.
Yes, I
That-
do.
Merlin the ragdoll. I love Merlin. Merlin keeps the good grumpy face going. If y'all don't follow Merlin the ragdoll, y'all gotta check out Merlin.
Julie, you got to share my Instagram page with Sterling so he
I
can
will.
follow me. You have to see my tripod Franklin. He makes the best grumpy faces. He always looks grumpy and angry and pissed off. And he really is most of the time, but the faces are amazing.
Aren't his babies? Look at those white, beautiful cats.
Oh my gosh.
So fluffy. And
Do
they
they
know
let
So
it
you
too.
bathe
Demeter.
them?
No, I don't bathe these babies.
They just
I've
bathe
had
themselves?
I've had to wash them a few, like it's been some messes before, but
Right.
it's not something
Not
that's,
on a regular.
Yeah, it's not on a regular. Demeter does not feel that. Although Alanis is pretty accepting of a lot of stuff, which
He
is
said no,
surprising.
Holly. He would not. He said no.
You wouldn't
Oh,
date
no.
a girl that doesn't like cats.
But it's
No.
cool.
no.
I'm gonna let
Oh,
it go.
no, I can't do it. I've actually, it's great dates have ended right on that note. Like when I had my 1-bedroom apartment and it was just me and Rick James, and like it'll be good. The date'll be good. We go back to my house, and she see Rick, and she's like, "What the hell is that? You sleep with that thing?" And
You
it's
like,
like, whoa,
bye.
whoa, 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 whoa! Don't call him a thing ever again. That's my baby. Don't do that. And where else would he sleep but other with me? And I think it's time for you to go now. Wow, that's
Right.
I'm telling you, there is no better man than a cat man, ladies. If you can find a cat man, my
But
husband
wait,
was a
she said, but what if you could convert her?
She gonna have to convert. She gonna have to convert. And then my girls gotta accept her too. So
The girls gotta like her. I was gonna
Yeah.
ask you that. What if they don't like her? If they act weird towards a date? Cats
the
know.
cats,
No,
the
they're
cats
some-
know. The cats know. And Demeter is the one. She like Alana, she's easy. You probably can sneak something by Alana. She just kind of love everybody. But Demeter, she gonna open mouth smell you and she gonna know. Y'all see when the cats do the vampire,
Yeah.
Yeah.
after that, yeah, Demeter gonna do that a few times, like, nah, she ain't no good. Get her out of here.
Right, Shaylin.
That is so funny though. People that have cats, they know that open mouth smell.
Oh yeah.
I call that yuck mouth.
Yuck mouth?
Yuck mouth.
So what do you feed your babies, Trap? Do you feed them raw or do you feed them like?
Good question.
Oh, what I feed my babies? They
Yeah.
are currently hooked on Raruva. Like they love Raruva like crazy. So
Is that like dry food or wet food?
They
Wet.
have both. Well,
they do get both.
Wait, do they? But does Raruva make a kibble?
I don't have a Raruva kibble. I'll still give them mix up different hard food, but they jam is Raruva wet cat food.
Yeah,
like,
still, you're doing an interview. You and Nathan are doing something with Raruva tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah. And shout out to Raruva too, Raruva Cat Food. I do a lot of work with them. They also help me with getting well actually Raruva is helping me wrap the RV. So
wow.
shout out to
Awesome.
Raruva.
No,
How do you
and
spell that?
it's WERUVA, and it's initials for their cats or their pets. The people
Wait,
who
WER. Sorry.
WERUVA. And
Yeah.
it's the first two letters of all their pets' names, but that food is amazing. My cats want nothing but I feed them the BFF packets every morning. And if we don't have the BFF packets, I have to feed them meat tubes or something just to make them happy. Because meat tubes are a thing for us cat people.
Alanis will fight me for some of that lamb and mackerel. That Raruva make. Alanis will fight over it. She is serious about it. But yeah, all my cats, they love Raruva.
Do you ever give them any table food like we do typically for dogs?
Nah, I haven't. This is what's crazy now. Alanis and Baby Bobby, which is weird. Cats are carnivores, but I'm vegetarian. I don't eat
Me
meat.
too.
What? Detroit and that we here.
No love connection needed.
Right? For some reason, Alanis and then Baby Bobby, they have eaten like the fake chicken. Like I have the fake chick patties and stuff like that. Like they will eat that and love it. Like go crazy for it, which is real weird because I'm like, I dropped some one time and it's like, do you know that's not really meat? Like, what are you even doing? Like, why are you going for that? So, but I don't usually do that. They get a lot of they get temptations, but chicken is the thing. Like now I'll boil some chicken and that's how I train. Like clicker train. I clicker train with chicken. So they get chicken treats. So
I was told that by a dog trainer because like I said, I have dogs, but
yeah, they love. Now my girls love chicken. That's another thing. I blow the whistle, ring the bell. Like all of their training come from chicken, like real chicken.
Huh.
Sterling, have you ever dealt with a stomatitis kitty?
Oh yeah,
What's that mean?
Stomatitis is a disease. It's basically where the kitty is allergic to their own teeth.
Oh my goodness.
Gum tissue. I have a feral that I rescued about 5 years ago, and I thought he was just completely feral and hated me because he would just attack and bite me if I got near him. It turns out he was in pain. His mouth was in horrific pain.
Yeah.
So he had to have every one of his teeth removed.
And it's tough.
So I had that done. He was great for 3 years, not an issue at all. He could eat whatever he wanted, even with no teeth. We've been struggling. He started having a flare a couple months ago, and he's on steroids. We're doing all the treatments again. He doesn't have the teeth, but he's still flaring, and I just can't. I can't get it under control.
Baby.
Oh,
it's the stuff that Julie, because her and I, we started talking in DMs and she was telling me about all of her special needs kitties. And I was like, oh my goodness. She's an absolute angel. She and the funny thing is like she's the kind of person that she just does it. She's not doing it because she's trying to be an angel. She's just doing it because this is what she does.
I'm not, you know what? I consider myself the lucky one. It's not. I'm the blessed one that gets to be their mommy and gets to take care of them.
Right. It's beautiful.
It's my pleasure. I work and do everything I do for these babies.
Oh, they're your babies.
Yeah.
All 12 of them now.
No, rescue is contagious.
Somebody's asking, they said that they bottle fed their cats and now that their cat is constantly nursing on their neck and shirt and it's actually horrible and they can't get them to stop. Is there a way that you can get them to stop?
That's just reading the chat.
I know. I don't know.
First of all, thank you, because if bottle baby fostering is no joke, like getting up every 2 hours mixing that KMR is a whole new world. It is not easy, and I don't have
3 hours.
I don't have children, so I'm like, this is crazy. Like this is wild. So, but I don't know. That's kind of tough to get them to stop suckling. I would probably start placing around some of those the nipples that you bottle fed with somewhere away from you or somewhere where they can play with them or just distract or something, because that's a tough one.
There's actually a product out there that can help with that. I have a kitty that's 8 that still sucks on my neck, by the way, so it didn't work well for me. But it's a pillow and it's got a soft fuzzy patch on it, and in the patch it's got the little nipples sewn in, like the bottle nipples, so the cat can nurse on the pillow.
So they can use that for, because what it is because it's a calming, like we talked about the meeting.
Right.
It's a calming, and so because they didn't get the nurturing from their actual mother. So I mean, because we do as bottle feeders, we do the best that we can, but we're still not a mom.
Right.
The kitties don't learn everything they need to learn about socializing and being independent when they're being raised by us and not by the mama cat.
Right.
So sometimes it manifests in those ways that it wants to nurse us or wants to use us to comfort it. And like I said, I have a cat that's 8 that nurses on my neck every single night. So it's sweet and it's cute, but at the same time it's sad because he's lacking something. But
Exactly. Now this is a little bit different, but this is a fun little tip too, is if you take kittens, like, okay, so you have a single kitten, that kitten very well will end up being a biter.
Yes.
Because they need their siblings to know what hurts. They don't understand that. So when I was fostering, the lady at my foster, I'm like, what do I do? It's a single kitten. It's getting bitey. She's like, bite their ear.
Really?
And I did. Now I didn't bite hard. But I just put a little just a tiny. And you know what? It seemed to help. But that is why when you're fostering, they will encourage you to blend that kitten in with another litter, so that they learn how to be a cat. You know,
Right.
What is that thing that I got a cat outside? This was years ago, but I named him Oreo because he was black and white, but I took him to get spaded, and he was very lovey and very sweet. Or I took him to get neutered. I'm sorry, but then they told me he had kitty AIDS. I can't remember the name.
Well, FIV.
FIV, yeah.
Educate him.
Take him back. You have to feed him all, like give him all this. Is that something that what the other cats can catch, or what's that kind of about?
But you can't. But they can live with that. They can live with cats. Have been living with FIV for a while. Like they can still go on and live productive lives. So,
but can they be around other cats?
Yeah, they can be around other cats. I've had blended homes like that, and the other cats have been just fine. It hasn't been, anything bad with that. I haven't had anything where it's like, oh, my cat got this, and now this cat is dying. No,
he looked like,
when you look at shelters, this is so funny because when I go to the pet store all the time, they have some cats in there, and you can tell when they're male cats with the big faces. 17. The male cats with the big faces, they almost always are FIV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Almost
So,
always they're FIV,
always them
but they're good
orange ones
cats.
with the thick necks like that. They
Mhm.
always
And he
almost.
wasn't. He was just like used to come to my step all the time, and I just kind of let him in one day, and he just was like loving on me. I mean, he was so lovey, and I was like,
Aw.
oh, I took Naomi, so I took him, and they were like, he's got FIV, so you have to give him all this medicine, and it's not safe for him to
No.
be around your other cat. And I was like,
Well,
"But
wait a
you
minute. So what did you end up doing with the cat?
They ended up keeping him because they said that they needed to provide him with all this medicine.
So
I couldn't
now,
take him home with my other cat.
see now,
Mm.
now, FELV,
I
that's
mean, this was
different.
like 8 years ago
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's different.
it was definitely FIV then. If it was 8 years ago, because 8 years ago they felt that way about FIV, but
Well,
now
that was kind of like HIV too, you know, like
yeah, they said
kind
it
of,
was kitty AIDS, pretty much. They were like, it's
kind
kitty
of.
AIDS.
FIV is only spread two ways. It's spread through a very deep puncture bite wound, and I'm not talking a little nip. It's got to be
Like,
a big whopping puncture wound,
Okay.
or sexual contact, where intimacy between the kitties. I don't know
right.
what word you
Oh,
want to use,
okay.
but cat sex. So if you have a spayed or neutered kitty and they're not, a violent kitty that's going to be putting puncture wounds in, they won't be spreading that. It's
Nathan's
completely
live.
What are you
I
calling, Sterling? You calling one of the animals? I
I'm
see you
trying to.
kind of.
Yeah, I wanted Baby Bobby to jump up here.
Oh,
do
I hope we're
cats
not
get
holding
along
you
with
too long.
dogs?
I know you have something to do. I hope we're not holding you too long. Sorry.
Oh
But
no, it's
I
fine.
know you do Nathan's after party, but that's not till a little later, right?
Oh yeah, that's a little
Oh
We'll
yeah,
later
wrap
on.
up in just a few. I was just
because
wondering if you.
Nathan does Wine Wednesdays, and then after his Wine Wednesdays, Sterling and him do an after party on
Which is
Zoom.
crazy.
So it's I partook in it. I was in it last Wednesday. It's a lot of fun. So
Is it
Well,
on
I'm what?
YouTube
Is
or
it on
IG?
IG?
It's well
YouTube
the
or IG?
Wine Wednesday is on IG. It's on. You can see Wine Wednesday on his IG live,
What's
and
his name?
he's
I'm about to follow him right now.
And then the after party's where?
Nathan the Cat Lady. The after party is in Zoom. It's a Zoom link that he sends out later on afterwards.
yeah, you buy it's like a $10 ticket, and then he'll send you the link. And then there's like I think there was like 20 people last week, and it was kind of
Okay,
fun.
tell me. I love a good after party.
It
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
it turns up the
Oh,
after party.
yeah, the after. Yeah,
This
there's
is
Nathan the cat lady. Yep, that's him.
okay.
That's my dude
Uh,
right there.
So
but
Sterling, I'll tell you the craziest thing I ever rescued and the craziest thing I was asked to rescue, and I want to know the same from you. The two strangest things for me, I rescued a little pig, and I rescued a fish out of an alcohol bottle that was sitting in a bar with this little tiny betta fish swimming in it.
oh,
What?
The
Wow.
strangest thing I was asked to rescue, that actually there's one more. I rescued a Savannah, and that ended up having to go to Big Cat Rescue because
Oh wow.
it was it was an F1. It was illegal here in New York to even have it.
oh yeah, New York,
Yeah.
you can't.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
scary, scary kitty. The strangest thing I've been asked to help with was actually about 2 months ago. There was a house fire here in the town I live, and the people had an illegal alligator.
What?
And yeah,
Wow.
and they wanted help rescuing the gator, and I was like, that is not at all within the scope of
Wow.
anything to
Really?
consider.
I'm like, no,
The zoo
thank you.
stepped in to
Do you
help, but
do you know why there's so many alligators? I can chime in here right now because I know somebody who was a drug dealer that used to have one, and then when his house burned down, it went to animal control. So I talked to Jenny, animal control Jenny. I introduced Sterling to her a couple years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm like, did you get an alligator? She goes, Julie, we get alligators all the time. Do you know that drug dealers keep the alligators because they keep their money in the alligator's tank?
What?
Yep.
I was
Wow.
checking if the kitties were out there. They're not.
and
Is it-
Rochester, New York is a huge mecca for drugs.
Right.
Huge.
Wow.
But it's crazy. I never even thought about that. But that's true,
Wow.
though. That's probably why they keep them, because then you put the money in there. Who's going to go mess with your money when there's an
Yeah. Ain't
alligator?
nobody going in there.
Right.
Ain't nobody going in there.
I know.
Got
I
it.
would
Fine.
help everything. I love all animals, but I could not get involved in that one, unfortunately.
No.
So, Sterl, what's
So
the
what was
craziest
the
thing you ever?
Yeah.
I mean, it's still just been groundhogs, raccoons, possums, cats for me. I haven't caught anything crazy outside. It's been more crazy situations. Like the raccoon that I caught the other day was huge, like the biggest raccoon I ever seen, but it was still just a raccoon. And then I had another raccoon. What was a wild situation is just, and of course the raccoon ended up being sick, but it just broad daylight. Like I'm trapping at like 4:30 in the afternoon, and I'm in the middle of the street, and the raccoon just came out the bushes, just walked, sat in front of me, like, "What's good, dude?" Like in broad daylight, and I was like, "Wow!" But of course, usually if they like that, something's wrong.
Something's wrong. Right.
I did catch the raccoon, and unfortunately, they ended up putting him down because he had a bunch of stuff going. Because of course, that's just not normal for a raccoon to just walk out in broad daylight and just
Raccoons don't care though. They're like
he just sat there like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" Like,
right. What you
just
got?
put me in a trap. Just
Raccoons,
feed me, put me in a
raccoons
trap.
can
Something.
fuck you up.
Yeah,
Raccoons,
I heard that. I'm telling you though, Sterling, at this hotel that I worked at, there was like the woods there, and the groundhogs, the possums, the raccoons, and the cats. These ladies would come feed, and they trap and they would just you go out. I got it on video, like because I couldn't believe it, and I was like, how are they eating together? Like, are they gonna like kill each other? Like, how are the cats even allowing this shit? Like, it was crazy to me.
I had to take over feeding a colony for an older woman. She was going to have surgery. And so she was teaching me what to do. She was an 80-year-old woman, first of all. You would not believe where she was climbing in. And then she goes, okay, you put this food over here for the raccoons. And then you put so I would have to feed the raccoons over here and then the cats over here so that the raccoons didn't mess with the cats' food. It was crazy. And those raccoons were trying to mess me up. They were no joke.
They stand up and they're scary when they stand up.
I love when they gather all their food. They're like staring at you and they're gathering it up.
Who was that just said that? Trash bears. It's trash pandas. We call them trash pandas.
Brandy said my son just called raccoons trash bears.
Yeah, we used to call them trash pandas all the time.
Yeah. So Sterling, let me ask you one final question real quick, and we'll cut it so you can go to your after party and whatnot. But do your cats get along with dogs at all?
Both of my girls, well, Demeter, not both. I can't say it. Alanis, she was outside in the area she was in. She was around a very big German Shepherd, which I'm surprised she was that brave. But they never interacted. Demeter actually, when she was young, was around 3 dogs that a friend of mine at the time we were staying with. Demeter actually was around 3 dogs, so she probably could deal with it. And then my little brother actually too. My little brother has a dog named Priya, and Priya is actually terrified of Demeter, which is hilarious. So
a lot of them are.
Right, Demeter's the boss, right?
Demeter's the boss. Like I got her little backpack bag. She hop out that little backpack and look and stand in front of Priya like, do something. And Priya's like, okay, I'm sorry. I don't want any trouble. So,
right, so we're good. My dogs, you, me, we good. Cancel your dating
Get up on her back legs and box my dog. And you see how big my dog is. And Naomi would get up on her back feet and just box him. And then she would realize he wasn't hurting her. And then they were like besties. But real quick, building off Marie's question, if you were going to add a cat into where a dog is or vice versa, is it best to do it when they're babies, or how would you suggest to do that?
I would, the tough thing about cats, I think cats are better if they're introduced to anything on their own territory. Like if they in their territory, I think it's best for cats. So I think whatever in any situation you want to try to separate and feed the same way you would do with cats. Let them smell each other before they actually see one another.
Like through a door, underneath the door.
Give them some time smelling each other, get used to each other's scent. I've even done before a warm rag. I wipe one cat down, wipe the same cat down with that rag, and let them get each other's scent and get used to it before I physically let them see one another. And if the cat has a certain room, place, or whatever, let it be on the cat's terms, because the dog is bigger, so the cat will probably be more comfortable if it's on the cat's terms and kind of like the cat's area introduced a little bit, versus picking the cat up and taking it where the dog hangs out at. That's like, oh my God. So
that's a recipe for trouble right there.
Right. The cat is like,
awesome advice. Thank you for that. Because
very last question, I promise. Cat doesn't like my husband, even though they've been around him since they were babies. Why?
Hey, I'm not one to say speak bad on the hubby, but maybe
Shaylin, what did your husband do to those kitties?
Right.
maybe I'll say this one thing that Jackson always talks about outside of vertical space, but he's always talking about just engaging and doing things to interact with your kitty. So I would maybe if your husband gets into let him be the treat giver and let
Yes,
him engage and
exactly.
play with some toys a little bit. Let him do things to engage with the cats more because he's probably nothing wrong with him. It's probably just not a lot of engagement. He's probably just
Right.
that guy.
Right.
Especially if mom is doing everything, the feeding,
Yeah.
the treats, and the engaging. Let Pops do the treats a little bit
Like
and
they
let him
need their
play
own
around with them.
one-on-one time almost, right?
Yeah,
Like they
yeah,
need
yeah,
their own like one-on-one, like bonding.
yeah. Like let them get used to each other and bond like that, engage a little bit more. That's usually the case, especially if he's just in and
Awesome
out, real
advice.
busy. So probably need to engage
But
a
it
little bit
is
more
true
and let
that
He
him help
does.
with the treats.
They don't like them.
they
They
don't,
say
They say he does. They don't
dogs
like him.
have
Shaylin, I don't
dogs
know what
have
to do.
owners, cats have staff. Dogs
exactly.
have owners, cats have staff. So your husband Shaylin needs to be the staff. He needs to take care of those kitties for a little bit.
Yeah.
Check
And
this
show
out.
them that.
Before we get out of here, I used to do this to mess with people every time I went to different cat colonies or anywhere where it's gonna be cats at. I shave my head every day, so I would put coconut oil on my head. But if I was going somewhere, and every animal loves coconut oil. It's like dogs, cats, they love coconut oil. So I would literally go places, rub coconut oil over my clothes, and put catnip in my pockets. If they don't love you after that,
There you
something's
go,
bad.
Shaylin.
Something's wrong with it,
Something's
Shaylin,
wrong
if
if
they
they
don't
don't
get
love you
that.
after that.
Coconut
Catnip in
oil
the pocket.
catnip. On that. Thank you
Coconut
so
oil and
much.
catnip.
Thank you so much, Sterling. Thanks, moderator, for coming up. Thank you,
Oh,
Jules,
thank you
for
so much, Sterling. You are a hero.
Thank you,
of mine.
Sterling. I hope
Thank
you
y'all
feel
for
better,
having me.
Delaware.
thank you. We will definitely have you back. We'll do a
Tito's
Trap-
Tuesday
Tito's Tuesday.
Tito's
in the
Tuesday tour.
in the
That's
trap
right.
RV.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Bye.
Yes.
yes.
Bye.
So
I
thank you
love y'all.
all.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Thanks so much.
Bye, guys.
Thank
Bye.
See y'all later.
Bye.